Hi, this is Zach here with the weekend edition of the Bulletin Board Heroes here at Zach's Traders Cafe. It is Sunday, the 24th of November, and surprise, surprise, massive move for the FTSE to end the week, hitting that resistance line, the October resistance line that we were looking for it to break. So basically looking for progress during the week above 82.60. We can do that successfully. We've not only got 8,400 as the, the record high zone for this market, and then best case scenario target maybe by the end of the year. Obviously, this is November, December is the strongest part of the year normally anyway, up to 8,600. On the downside, hoping that we don't get anything lower now than the 200-day moving average at 81.25, and ideally we stay above that 50-day line, 82.20. Especially given the way that the RSI now at just under 60 has broken back above the neutral 50 level for the first time in nearly a month, so that is all encouraging. Moving on to the DAX, and here picture decent, but not quite up to the standards of the FTSE, which makes a change. I suppose we haven't broken its October resistance line there, 19,500, RSI at 53, so still looking positive with that rising 50-day line. And also this market managing to bounce off the floor of that rising trend channel from this time last year, nominally at 19,000. So looking as though this is also a market which is going to try and break higher to new all-time highs. The target here, the best case scenario target here, is high as 20,600, although I suppose that might have to wait for early in 2025. Nuclear wars permitting. On to the Dow, and here the situation has been one of consolidation in the recent past, but we managed to bounce above the top of that gap high that we had at the beginning of the month, a very strong signal. We also had a bounce of RSI above neutral 50, and we've broken back above the top of the old channel there, 44,000 now. Above that, looking for 45,000, which is the target we've been looking for as a best case scenario target. In fact, that's going up towards 45,200, perhaps over the next couple of weeks. On the downside, hoping that we won't get anything lower than 42,800 and the 50-day line and recent support. Moving on to Bitcoin, which is clearly the conundrum at the moment. Just missed that 100,000 level, but the name of the game now is to see how far any retracement will go. The old November peak there, the initial peak there at 93,500, and so we're looking for that probably as a potential support point, or the previous target there around 88,000. That was an old March resistance line. So those are the two options at the moment, but hoping that we won't get anything lower really than the 94,000 area. On the upside, through 100,000, then we're looking at the upper parallel of that resistance line projection from April, which is heading towards 120,000. Maybe that would be the best case scenario target for the end of 2024. On to gold, and gold livened up with the geopolitical horrors that we have at the moment. Rising 50-day line there at 26.70. Above that, we are now looking for the top of the channel there again, 28.50, hopefully by the end of next month. But that was quite a sharp pullback for the market, and probably rather sharper than most people were expecting. Moving on to the stocks, and starting off with Aptamer, which seems to be rehabilitating itself at the moment. Rising trend channel base. We've hit the top of the channel there, around 0.35, above 0.35 on an end-of-day close. We're looking for the next level up as high as 0.52, which is the upper parallel of that rising trend channel base from back in the summer. Next up is Altona, where I managed to interview the CEO there during the week, and here looks as though it's been received well. We've got a rising trend channel base here, the top of the channel there, heading for 2.35 pence. We're looking for that by, well, I suppose over the next couple of weeks, while we remain above recent support around 1.7 pence. And keeping an eye on those 50 and 200-day lines, and especially see whether the 200-day line will start rising. And we're going into a golden cross. On to Alkemy, which rose well this week with no news at all, which is always good news. We've got a rising 50 and 200-day lines there. Looks as though we're going to golden cross. We had a end of week gap close buy signal as well, so it's all happening there, and a V-shaped bull flag shaping up there as well. Above £1.33, we are left trying to look for the next level up, which I suppose would be up to resistance on the way down back in the summer of last year into the 160s. I suppose the best case scenario at the moment would be the line I'm drawing, which is up towards 195, but presumably something fundamental would have to happen there in order for the shares to get up that high. But at the moment, just looking for a retest of the November peak at just under £1.33. Moving on to Condor, and here you can see that we've had to rebound through the falling wedge that we had there, basically breaking 20 pence. The initial target was then the 200-day line at 24, and now we're looking for 28 pence, hopefully over the next couple of weeks on this situation. Ideally, we don't go back below 22 pence, which was October resistance, or at least the early October resistance. Moving on to CleanTech, and here you can see that shares trying to rehabilitate themselves. We've had a break of that resistance line there from back in September. Got bullish divergence, which is probably the best thing about the chart at the moment. Looking for the shares to head up to the bottom of the gap there from October and the 50-day line at 11.6 pence, at least as an initial target while we stay above the 8 pence zone. On to Deltic, which seems to be performing a miracle given the government's net zero strategy at the moment. Here you can see we've got an initial target there around 8.9 pence, which hopefully we will get quite soon. Next level after that would be the line I'm about to draw, which would be heading towards the 12 pence area, hopefully by the end of the year. Ideally, we stay above that 50-day line there at 6 pence in the meantime, but another bullish divergence situation. Georgina is next, and here the shares managed to close the week in the blue, holding above the 50-day line there at 9.9 pence. Above that, we're looking now for up to 13 pence by the end of next month, and we're back by an uptrend line in the RSI window after that W-shaped reversal. Moving along to Goldstone, a stock which I mentioned in the week in small caps today. Here, very strong end to the week on no news, which is impressive. Neckline resistance there around 1.2 pence. Above that, we're looking for the top of that rising trend channel as high as 2.2 pence by the end of next month. RSI, overbought, but the 50-day line rising well, and that should hopefully add extra momentum there. IQAI, another stock I mentioned in the week in small caps, rising trend channel base here, and interesting RNSs this week as well. Gap through the 200-day line there at 1.37 pence, and above that looking for up to 2.4 pence by the end of next month. A punchy call there, but we do have a gap to fill up to 2.2 pence, which hopefully will act as a magnet for the price action. Moving on to another stock which hopefully will be a winner over the next week, and it's Kistos. Here we've broken out of that falling wedge which we've had for some months here, and done it in style, just nipping the 50-day moving average at 108. Above 108, looking for £1.20, and for the shares to fill the gap down that we had back in September. I presume rising gas prices are helping the cause there. Moving along to Ondo, and another stock I interviewed recently. Here we're nearly up to our third target there at 33 pence, and hopefully we'll get that over the next few days after that. Obviously a simple retest of the highs of the year, last year rather, up towards 37 pence should be on the cards. Interesting that there was no RNS on Friday from Phoenix Copper. Maybe one was not needed, or maybe somebody couldn't be bothered, but we've got a falling channel there, the top of the channel there at 8 pence. End of day close above 8 pence, and we're looking for not only the 50-day line there at 10, but really for the shares to head up towards the 15 pence level, filling that gap area up to the end of September there as well in that same area. Only back below recent resistance there at 5.5 pence, really delaying the upside or the recovery scenario. Pensana is next, and here a decent situation here. We've managed to gap up through the 200-day moving average, always an important thing to do, and above 26 pence we've been looking for up to 35 pence at the top of that triangle there from the beginning of the year. Moving along to the last two, and directed buying has helped the cause here at Power Metal, and here in fact we gapped up during the week as well, which is an impressive thing to do. Gapping up off the lows, normally a serious sign. Top of the falling trend channel there, up to 19 pence, and we're looking for that well before the end of next month. RSI rebound above neutral 50 as well. So while we're above that 50-day line at 14 pence, looking for 19 pence on power metal. Finishing off with one of the best performers of the year, which is Roadside Retail, and here I think it's up, 350% on the year, which is not bad. Here you can see that we've got this rising trend channel there, at the top of the channel there, currently heading towards 36 pence. We're looking for that by the end of the next month, while we remain above the 50-day line at 25 pence. And double RSI rebound above neutral 50 this month, helping the cause, and you can see how well that has worked. Also got that step-shaped ascent as well, so sideways and then up has been the model for the ascent on that stock. That's it for me today. More updates during the week.